Iraq and Iran kept themselves, basically each country in check throughout the 80s. When one got too strong, the other one attacked, and there was a lot of bloodshed. Through the second Persian Gulf War, it cost the U.S. a couple of $1 trillion, massive loss of life. Do you think it would have been better, both of those countries keeping each other in check? And would you still, to the present day, have advised President Bush to invade Iraq?
The problem with Saddam Hussein as a check on Iran was Saddam Hussein was a threat in the region. That was our idea in the 1980s, where we had a balance of power view, and once the Shah fell, that we had balanced our power in the Middle East through Iran and the Shah. Then the Shah falls, and we reach for Iraq and Saddam Hussein to keep the balance. Right? The problem is when you rely on a bloody dictator who invades his neighbors to keep the balance, you're buying a lot of trouble. And so we saw him try to take Kuwait. We saw him try to assassinate George H.W. Bush. We saw him fire at our airplanes that were flying patrols to try to keep his Air Force on the ground after the 91 war. We saw him, we thought, rebuilding rapidly his stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction. Now, we were wrong about the stockpiles part, not about the capability, but about the stockpiles part. So on the question of would I have advised invasion today, let me just say, I think the world's better off with Saddam Hussein gone. But what you know today can affect what you do tomorrow. What you know today cannot affect what you did yesterday. And we didn't know that he was not the imminent threat that that we thought he was.
So you would not have a vice president?
You know, you'd have to look at the time at what actually was there. I think you might have waited longer. You might have tried to use the inspectors for a longer period of time. We thought it was more imminent than it was. But in the final analysis, I am really glad he's gone. And we actually have emerging a better balance of power now as the Sunni states, led by the Saudis and others, are responding to our now re-entry into the region and trying to check Iran. And I think that's probably a better balance.